Yeah, it's just suddenly it's,
World of difference.
yeah.
Clouds decided to come visit.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. That's going
I
to
know
help
the
us out
least
behind.
stays here cool when it's hot everywhere else in
Yeah.
the world. I can always come down here and sack out and it's always
That's
cool.
true, yeah.
I know that's true.
Yeah. Okay, let me know when you're ready, Jamie.
We're rolling.
Okay. Boy, it's cool down under this tree.
You think so?
Yeah.
You're enjoying it.
It must be 15 degrees cooler than when we're out in the field.
I expect it's more than that. I felt like it was 100 up there on that bench.
You know, we've first got to know about you, Mr. Graham, when we found this sheet of paper in the archives of the National Recovery Administration in Washington. It has your signature on it. I wonder if your niece has seen that. Maybe she could take a look at it and read it to us.
Okay, this was documented January 5th, 1934. It's from the Eagle Yarn Mill, Belmont. And it said, name of complainant is Bruce Graham, Route 3, Gastonia. And the nature of the complaint is, I am an inside employee, and number one, are required to work more than 40 hours a week, operative of 3 machines, the waste feeder, the waste beater, and open, and am paid less than 30 cents for hours worked. My employer due me extra compensation from July 17, 1933 up to the present day. Now the whole idea, they just want to know, do you remember almost exactly why you signed this piece of paper, other than somebody asked you to? Do you remember what led up to it? Was it employees complaining, or did somebody come to you and say, Bruce, you know, we're not making enough money, and we should and do something about it?
I think Wallace done that.
Wallace came to you
Yeah.
and said that you probably wasn't making enough money, and you agreed with it.
Yeah.
And he asked you, well then, if you don't think you are you willing to sign this piece of paper? And that's what you did. And I know that's your signature because I've seen it before.
That's all right.
And then when they asked you if they could use your name when they presented this piece of paper, were you afraid to say yes, or it didn't bother you? Why did you say yes?
Well, I wasn't afraid. Why would I say yes?
I don't know, because see, it's a complaint. Did you know it was a complaint? And that it would go to the head of the mill? Did you know where it was going to go? Or you just did it because he said do?
I wanted to go to the head of the mill.
Yeah, it would go to your employer. And you're complaining about your employer. Did you know that then? You did know it?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why you told him yes. And so if it meant that you lost your job, you still believe what this piece of paper said. Okay?
What do you think about that?
I think that was brave. I mean, especially then. I mean, I even hesitate now.
The witness.
Oh, and then Charlie McLean, you right here to say space for an authorization of witness. That's the Charlie McLean that we know. Is that Charlie, your cousin Charlie?
Yeah.
That's who that was that signed it. And so he signed one of these too.
Charlie did.
Yeah, that's Charlie McLean's name. Did he sign a paper like this too, over here?
I reckon. I don't know.
You don't remember?
No. But that's Charlie McLean.
Yeah,
man,
your cousin Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that was his first
we made a copy because I thought you would like that for your family.
Okay. All right. I took you. Yeah, you had given me one of these, but I'll leave this one with them. And I took it to work and I showed it to a couple of people. And when I started talking about Phyllis Ferris, she's white though, she's a plant nurse. She knew all about it. She remembers the strike, or she remembers somebody talking about it. That's when she gave me the name of the book, Chandler's Heritage. She said it's all in there about the strike, the shooting, the killing, the everything. You don't know about that? When 2 people were killed during the strike.
That was about the 29 strike.
The 29 strike.
That's right. This
That's
is
before this.
that's
after,
what-
oh, okay.
see, that was just in Gastonia,
Oh, okay.
but this was all over the country.
Oh, yours is the strike that happened to all textile
That's
mills.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
all over the country. Yeah.
So, well, I don't know what Chandler's
Yeah,
heritage was
yeah,
like because I didn't
yeah.
read it, but she told me about it because she took a copy of the newspaper clipping that you gave me. She said she wanted to use it, and then I was talking to William. He's black. He's the supervisor at Freightliner, and he was telling me the name of a book, and he said he would bring it to me, and it talked about the times then, and he said I don't know who he said wrote it though. But when he comes back to me and gives me a book, I'll tell you the name of it, and maybe you can get something that will.
Good. So
It's a lot of people that remember from talking because, see, they're not even as old as I am, and I don't know anything about it. I don't even remember it. Well, I wasn't born until 43, but I don't remember even hearing anybody talk about it. It's like you said, it was a secret that was well kept.
now, once again, tell me what happened to Mr. Wallace afterwards.
After what?
Yeah, we've got Wallace. Mr. Wallace was also writing to Washington protesting his own pay. Tell us what happened to Mr. Wallace.
When he got that money back, well, they told him they didn't need no machine fixed. He had to,
In other words, he got fired.
yeah.
Well, they eliminated his job. They didn't fire him. They eliminated his job, so he had to
They
go.
just wouldn't hire nobody to go in the machine shop. They couldn't hire nobody to go in there. They just get Bryant from Gastonia to come and do their work when they break the well thing and fix
Yeah,
thing.
I see.
Bryant,
Uh-huh.
fell from Gastonia. They done that on up until when I left from there wasn't no machine shop there. And I retired.
Yeah.
But they done sold the mill now. The mill ain't.
When you retired, did you get a pension?
Wasn't no pension for me then, not when I started work. That's what killed me. I ain't getting no money now. These people now working, they're getting a big pension thing now. Back in there, my age, don't get nothing but a hard time. That's right. Hard time.
You think it's going to get better? You're 88 now. You think it's going to get better before you get to be 100?
I don't know where I'll make 100. Doctor told me 2 weeks ago, said I might make 126 years. Said he knew the person that lived that long. I told him I wouldn't live no 126 years.
I wonder if if Mr. Graham could describe the jobs that he was doing
Yeah.
that I'd
Okay.
said on that letter.
Yeah, let me go over that again. The
What-
different.
Maybe she could ask
Yeah.
him.
What is a waste feeder? What you do as a waste feeder?
The little stuff what breaks off, the cut, too short to run. It brings it out there in can and empties it. And they got a waste machine and run it through there and make it back to cotton, you see. Mix it with the cotton. That little piece of what break off.
And what's the beater? What was the beater?
Beer.
Yes, and waste feeder and waste beater. I know what an opener is.
Well, the waste beater all the same.
Oh, when you put the waste back into, it beats into cotton and makes it into cotton.
It makes it and it gets it and run down. They don't put all that at one time. They get a little bit and mix it with cotton. When they don't throw away nothing.
Hold it to the plane.
It's like a little end break off there. Got a can, they get full. The fella brings it out there to me and empties it in there. Do that all night, and I had to grind it off.
I will see. We're waiting till the plane gets, and I want you to start all over and tell me that exactly the same thing again.
But when he describes it, maybe maybe he could sort of talk
Yeah.
about it in a more, not
Okay.
just the machinery, but where he was and what it felt
Okay.
like a little bit.
Okay, just tell us about what it was
Waste
like.
machine. See that waste machine where the women's work, and then break off something at the end, about that long, and put it in a can. It's cut too, before it go into yarn. And they get that can full, the sweeper brings it out there and puts it where I can get it to grind. And same way with this. So what run there? Can't call the name of that right now. Can't call the name of that machine.
What did it do?
I can't call the name of that. No. It do the same thing. Men folks run here. Cause women's can't. They'd run it when I left from there. Oh, the men first and I went there were running this speeder.
Spinners.
Spinner, yes, spinners.
Mhm.
They run that and he'd break off. They put it in the can, bring that in, I'd have to grind it up. Take it to the picker man. They wouldn't like to put it all in there at one time, just keep it mixing a little bit at a time. Get it all in. Sometime I wouldn't have too much waste, wouldn't break off, but sometime I have maybe 3 hours running. But I had to open cotton, run that, clean up.
The part that you did was what was excess of what they were working with, was so that they didn't have to throw anything away and they could put it back and rerun it again.
Oh yeah.
That's what you.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah,
So that's
and
why they
that's
call
the-
it waste.
Waste, yeah, they would grind that back up, mix it. You understand? It's like you break off a third thing there. That machine would break it off. They'd go and maybe cut that much off and then stick it again, start to run and take that little piece and put it in the can.
Okay.
Bring it back out there and get it full. Sweeper do that when he come in, and that sweeper do that on the third shift. On the first shift he'd do it, second he'd do it, third shift would do it.
What did they do with what you worked with? After you finished with it, what happened to it?
To what?
The
Waste.
waste, yeah.
Take it to the picker man, and he'd put it in, mix where you gonna make the picker, make cotton, where you get it off the bale of cotton, and put it in there, mix that, and he'd go back into the pickers. You don't know what you ever been in a picker room?
Yeah.
Where they make that big roll like a,
Yeah. It's all automated now, though.
Yeah.
It's very different.
yeah.
Can you describe the picker room?
Uh-huh.
What did the picker room look like?
Oh, just nothing but just ain't nothing in there but machine what make the pickers. Then they take that picker and take it to the coma. After the picker get through with it, take it to the coma. Coma get through with it, they take it to the winder. And the winder get through with it, take it on to the spinning room. See?
Now, did you ever go into the spinning room and all of that?
Sure, I go. They take that, the picker man get through with it. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Picker man get through with it, take it to the car. It's in you see that can out there was sitting at my well. That's what that would get full. And they sit there in the car and it would run it maybe it's that wide. It'd be this wide, just like a sheet when it come out. And it'd go in a can, it'd be back like your finger. Round. And then you take it off of there, take it to the been that long since I just get over to the lap machine. Take it off the lap machine and take it to the coma. Cone get through with it, take and put it on this other machine. It'd be ready to go to the spinning room. Spinning room get through with it, it'd be ready to ship out.
It's yarn now.
Yeah, make yarn.
So you went all the way through the factory, did you?
Oh yeah, I knew everything in that. Yeah.
But you never actually operated any of the machines.
No, I could run cars and pick. I wouldn't run that. They tried to get me to run the picker, but I know that's too hard to work. Both mine tried to get me to quit and take the picker job, but I told him I didn't want to do it. Too much picking up, chain on laps. But I had to change that. They've got wagons that put that lap on it, rolled it in there. But you'd have to, when you wanted them in, you'd have to carry them on your shoulder. And they took all the old machineries out, took half of the cards out, and half of the cards make as much as, well, it took half of them out, and them other half would make as much as all them others would make. Run fast.
Well, after they took out and made it a little more modern machinery, did they ask you if you wanted the job then?
No, can we wait a second? You'll ask that job. You'll ask that question one more time on the plane. We're doing fine.
Okay.
Okay. After they made it more modern and they put in the automatic equipment, did they ask you if you wanted to run the spinners or run the new jobs? They never asked you then.
No, they get ticker. You see, you have ticker back that cotton. You see, when I don't make cotton, you couldn't let that bag and leave it on that cotton. Had to be the ticker to take it off. I'd have to take every one of them, wash that, and I'd leave that bagging on it. A little streak go through there. It was sure when it go in the yarn.
But if they had asked you then, would you have taken the job?
No, I wouldn't have took it.
Why?
I was getting too old then.
Oh.
I was getting too old. I was 50 years old back then when they put these life machines in there. No, they put a whole lot of machines in there where one man could run with. 6 men would run it. Took them old ones out. One man could run it.
Well, now, we've talked to a lot of people who went into the mills about the same time you did, and they said when they first went in, you didn't have to work too fast.
Oh, no.
But after a while, they kept speeding up.
Speeding up.
They called it the stretch out.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. See? Yeah, I remember that. When I left the mill, them things, man, them wine that run so fast you couldn't hardly see it. The stirred going through there. Them wings would be that tired and they come out of there, they couldn't hardly walk. They paid them good money, but cut out half of them. Put it all on 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They had a machine they would put and get full to dump it all off and put it in the thing and save them. Automatic. Didn't have to put hands on it.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Those dogs.
Your dogs. He says
Yeah.
that their dogs would think that was a rabbit or squirrel or something.
Oh.
Do you want to pet it?
Huh?
Pet it.
It does look like a squirrel's tail, dog.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Graham,
Yeah.
you would, let me repeat my question. We've been talking with a lot of people who were in the mill got into the mills about the time you did. And they said at first it wasn't too hard, but then after a while they started speeding up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They called it the stretch out. Could you talk about that?
Well, when I first went to the mill, and it was hard on you about work, but they weren't still on your job and everything like that. But went to stressing it out, speeding the machine at them. See them setting them up. And then they just kept on speeding them up. They raised wages a little bit to white. We didn't get nothing. Black men didn't get nothing. Went on till they got that. And when we first went to the mill, we'd cut down 12 o'clock. Shut the whole mill down, shut it down, take an hour for dinner. I had an old whistle that blow it. Boo! The heat in the mill would stand then. Blow that, go back to work. Some of us go to sleep, that's what I wasn't married then, I was rambling around a little bit then. I was that sleep. well, and they went there. I don't know what year they put that 8 hours on. What year they put
1933.
33.
Yeah.
That's been a long time ago, ain't it?
Yeah.
That 8 hours.
And when they cut you back to 8 hours, they also speeded up.
Speed the machines up. What they could. Them old machines.
So what you were actually doing in 12 hours, they cut you back to 8 hours, and they wanted the same amount of production.
Yeah. But you take them old machines what they first had in the mill, they couldn't speed them too much. They didn't have nothing to set them up to run fast. But they had so many men on one job. They just had 2 on all the cards. What were running the cards, 2 men run that. And after you got the new cards in there, they put 1 man on the card.
Well, how did you find out that you didn't make as much money as everybody else?
I find out I could tell what on my check.
I know, but how did you know what the other people were making?
Well, let's see, how did that work now? Didn't they announce out what they'd have to pay an hour?
Minimum wage.
Yeah.
And you knew you weren't making that.
That's right. That's how I found it out. Nobody was inside the machine make more than the person on the outside, then what? Well, that's it.
Excuse me. We gotta.
Okay.
We have a claim.
Okay.
Why don't I just
Why
get
don't you get the
naughties?
tripod?
Okay.
No, why don't I just get naughties?
And I found that out.
Wait a minute. Wait
Yeah,
till
that's good
first.
stuff.
Yeah, that's the way I understood it. Yeah.
Get that windsock, you think? No, you good.
No, as long as you're not hearing it. Okay. Yes, there you go.
And I went to the overseer and I asked him why that they wouldn't giving me that 5-cent raise. He said, well, he didn't know. I said, well, if you don't know, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna quit. I quit mill there 2 months on that job. Went to another, went down to the Crown. They hired another fella. Got so bad on the yarn that he wasn't picking the stuff off, but you see, they sent that color board down, blackboard down there and told me to come back. They give me the 5 cent on it. I went back. Went to work. I held up on myself. I just quit on the kind of 5 cent raise. I work much as the other man.
Okay. I think we got that before the.
Why don't
Yeah. good driving. I got driving license for 4 more years. Got 'em 4 more years. I just got 'em this year. I live that long. I can't stay on good on 85. I told him that don't worry me at all. I don't get on 85. I ain't been on my life. Not driving.
Tell us the story about not getting that 5 cent an hour raise.
Well, I asked him about it, and it wouldn't. Well, superintendent wrote a check, told me. I told him I quit, and I quit.
Fall over, sit up. Sit up in the chair.
What?
Just sit up. Now.
Now,
And I quit. Went on down to Crunch and went to work. And that was on second shift. I really didn't like the second shift, but I'd rather been on the third shift, second.
And what happened after you were there at
What?
the Chronicle? They came and got you?
Oh, Charlie come down there and still told me, come back and give me that 5 cent raise. Yeah, Charlie come down and told. They're losing on the yarn come back on. They was strict about that yarn where they were selling it. You know what the bale cotton whipping the Jenny, don't you? Put that bagging on there and that old stuff. They were tick about that. But as they got these other machinery, it wouldn't take it all out. Still had to have a man particular about opening that cotton there.
Is that why you were so willing to sign this piece of paper after you found out about the 5 cents that time? So when this piece of paper came along, you were willing to sign it because you knew that you had been shafted before.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
You felt like the only way you could get results would either
Oh,
sign the paper or
5
quit.
cents wasn't much, but it was good in them days and
You weren't
time.
making but 30 cents, 5 cents
Yeah.
was a lot.
Yeah. And that's about all I know. Anything else you think of?
You know, Mr.
but, yes, could you tell us about, did you sell your crops out here, what you grew in your garden? Did you sell it at the mill or in the village, or where did you sell it?
Oh, I just laid on the truck, and if he come there, I didn't have no machinery running on this grind way. I'd go on out there and somebody come and get a water line, I'd go out there and sell it to her.
Did you have to do it on your lunch hour, or you could just go out there anytime?
Oh, I'd go out there. Now, we had a good superintendent. We had a good superintendent. He wasn't hard on black people. He seemed to be a Christian man too. So he helped me when I built this house. You couldn't borrow money to build a loan. Wasn't no road cut in here then. State didn't have no road. We just had a little wagon road in here. And I couldn't borrow no money. Superintendent went up there and told him, let me have the money. They let me have $900. I gave him credit on that, and he was good to me about that. Yet the house, come on here and built this house, and this place was, it was just gone to nothing. See, when I first married, I stayed over there, my dad-in-law's little old house over there. Daddy told me this had lawnmower here, stock log, sawmill moved in here and cut enough lumber to build 4 houses, I believe. 4-room house. I had to cut 4-room house, stuck it out, and I went to gas store and we found on the street, and these fellas was talking. I said, I live stoned. I said, can you? I said, what did you do? You live? Told me what he'd do it for and everything. I told him, well, I cut the frame and everything, put it up. He He said, I laid a stone for $175. Oh, I do all the stone work. And go to it.
Now, when you found, tell us the story again about the 5 cents.
Could he tell us about how he heard about the NRA and everybody?
No.
But
What?
the 5 cents.
Yeah.
We have a plane, George.
Okay. Just a minute.
I tell you about it. I told you that they sent down to the mill and told me they'd give me the 5-cent raise if I'd come back.
How did you find out that they had given everybody a 5-cent raise?
How did I find that?
Who told you? Or how did you know that everybody had gotten a raise but you?
Well, that now that on what did they do that?
Radio or
Something they said they were to get songs. I just don't remember how they got out.
was it the fact that minimum wage going up? You know what?
Yeah, that's what I said. Minimum wage would be no lower than 5 cents. They couldn't.
An increase of 5 cents,
That's right, 5 cents.
and you didn't get an increase at all.
I didn't get no. Didn't get nothing. No. Now everybody was in the inside but get that 5 cents. People on the other side working didn't get it. And Charlie didn't get it.
Charlie worked on the outside also.
Yeah, they were outside people. And I was in the inside. But the wave machine, if it wasn't a machine running, I don't know what it was. I told him. That's what I jumped him about. I told him that was a machine, run a machine. I could do that 5 cents. No, they wouldn't give it to him.
So you quit.
Well, I quit.
What did you do then?
I went down there. I went down there on sick, got a job sick. And I was drawing $4 and something more a week down there.
Well, because the people down at the Chronicle, they got the 5 cents.
Oh, they pay more to Chronicle. Yeah, that old mill in Belmont. They treat it nice, black thing. They wouldn't. They just pay whenever the thing would go up. If you gonna get anything, you'd get it. They wouldn't try to hold it off the black. But they were dirty. This mill, it seemed like they were just holding it off the black.
Well, why'd you go back?
Huh?
Or why'd you go back if it was dirty and they was better at the Chronicle? You liked working at the Eagle.
That second shift.
Oh,
You see, you couldn't get. Now you know that on that second shift, you couldn't hardly go to the gas station and back unless you getting ready to go to
I
go to
know, all
work.
you did was
Now,
eat and sleep on Saturday.
Yeah.
you understand that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you couldn't hardly go to the gas station back.
Oh, so the reason you went back to the Eagle because you didn't like working on second shift.
No, I'd rather have the third shift.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather have first shift anyway, but I'd rather have the third.
Now the third shift was from what? From
10 till 6.
at night.
Yeah, it'd come in 10 o'clock. And I'd go in at 2 and get off at 10. Oh, that man was good. I had a good boss man down there. He'd rather hate to see me go, boy. I just couldn't stand that second shift job. I wouldn't get no sleep.
Mhm.
Couldn't even hold my gardens and nothing. Nothing.
How long were you at the Chronicle?
2 months. Went back to the Eagle and stayed there from on.
And you retired from the Eagle then.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what the Eagle village was like back then?
What do you mean?
The Eagle village where most of the
Who lived
people who lived there, and what was it like?
Who lived on the
Who
village?
lived on the Eagle Mill? Yeah, the Eagle.
Well, nothing but Dwight lived on the village. He had rented houses. They just had them houses. Right.
Now we were talking the other day with a Mr. Michaels, And he was the one who looked at this letter that you signed and said, they were good friends of mine, you and your brother.
Jake.
I understood what Mike and he said with George. George dead, George Mike. Mike, what's the last name? That's his first name or his last name?
That was his last name,
Mike.
Harvey Michaels.
Oh,
He was a younger man, but he had several brothers.
this kid, I reckon I'd know him if I see him.
And his daddy was, I think, a loom fixer or something like that
In Belmont.
in the Eagle.
In there. I just can't think of it.
Mhm.
He knew me, and I reckon I knew him if I see him.
Mhm.
I knew DeMarcum what was dead. He's dead now. He was a coma fixer in the mill. You say his name of what? Joe.
Michaels, Harvey Michaels.
Oh, my.
What was the Michael's first name that you knew that died? That's
George.
dead? George.
Joe.
There
Or
was
maybe
another
that
fellow
was
who
the
remembered him.
Jack,
George Michael.
Claude Ward.
Do you remember a fellow named Claude Ward?
Yeah, sure, he's still living. Mike married his sister, but I'm that new. Yeah, I knew Claude Ward well.
Did you work with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a fine fellow. Good fellow. He's in bad health. But I ain't seen Claude in a long time. I ain't read if he's dead, but I ain't seen him in a long time.
We saw him the other day, and
Claude, he knowed me, didn't he?
oh, certainly, yes.
Yeah, Claude.
We mentioned your name, and his face lighted up. Oh, yes, I remember him.
Yeah, man, Claude come over here. Claude's a fine boy, man.
Yeah.
He lose his wife years ago. He stayed by himself. He did.
George, I wonder what,
But did you know anything about Fred Hartfield? You had the name of him?
Fred Hollifield. That name's familiar, but I don't remember, no.
He was a good friend of mine. He's dead. He worked at Dago a long time. He come from Georgia. But he was a good friend.
Mhm.
Craig Harden, he's gone. My older people's dead. I know over there from the old people.
I wonder what Mr. I
Get
wonder,
Dad to ask it.
Yeah, I
his
will.
eye lines
Yeah.
have
yeah.
changed.
Could you ask Mr. Graham what he thought about the control that the white people had to
Okay,
live
yeah,
under in the mill
okay.
village and the paternalism?
Okay, now we've talked to a lot of the people in the Eagle and other mills, and they say that if you lived in a mill village, you had to do what the boss said in your private life as well as in the mill. That if they gave you a house, but you had to behave. Do you remember anything like that about people getting kicked out of their houses if they didn't behave?
I don't know. I know don't know about get kicked out, but I know if you didn't work and able to work, you'd have to move. The only thing I know.
But as far as in the community, you don't know what went on because I
No,
mean,
I-
we didn't. You know, like I guess then you weren't allowed there. Did you ever have to? Did you ever take your truck and go peddle? You know, sell your produce in the mill village. Did you ever? Have to,
Yeah, I have went through there taking things, just buy my stuff and pay for it, and I'll get off
Take
from
'em
work
off.
and drive through to the house like that. But about this here, I don't know about. But I know if you didn't have to work, to the mill, where I went to this other mill, if you was able to work and didn't work, you'd have to empty that house. They was bad worse on that than one. That the OC tell them to get out. If you didn't come to work, get out. I see them talk to people like they're talking to dogs. I wouldn't talk to a dog like that. I don't know how them houses is now. Another man bought that mill. He ain't nothing running now. Told this build a warehouse down there.
Do you remember a fellow named Woodrow Wright?
Sure.
He's a guard down there at the mill, night watchman out at the mill.
And the other fellow lived right over here. He watched too. He's what is his name?
Listen, George.
Mike. No,
He said that they talk to them like dogs.
yeah,
Could you get more
Woodrow, I
into
know
Okay.
him. Know him. Well, he used to run double shift. He worked at Crampton and on third shift, come there and work 8 hours at the mill, work double shift. Little wee fella.
Now, you were saying that these people, they talk to them like dogs. Could you tell us more about that?
So I worked down there at Crampton. This overseas was tough on the people, them 2 months I worked there. The people bad about lying there. And he'd tell them if they didn't come in, empty house. That's all I had. Tell them empty house.
He
That-
would talk to them out in the public. He wouldn't bring them aside, no matter just wherever they were. He would just.
Oh, yeah, he did tell them empty house. I mean, come in. If he was sick, he was all right, but if he wasn't sick, he rode wood. A lot of that way, if I would, well, I never did lose no time with not hard to work. I knew the man depended on me, and I'd go in, work.
Sounds to me like there was some advantage in having your own farm and your own house.
Oh, it's good. It's good when you're retired. Don't have to get up and go to your job and something. Just be your own boss. It's good. I'm enjoying that. Really enjoying. Thank the Lord for us to live to see that. Got no money, but I'm enjoying. You know, you ain't got no money when you go to the hospital now. You know that. The little man ain't got no money. He go to the hospital and get sick and drugstore doctor. He ain't got no money. You know that. You're a rich man, I reckon. You can stand it, but I can't. You all got the money, ain't you?
Well, I'm lucky because I teach at a university where we have health insurance.
Well, like that. But when I come up working, and this girl got good insurance. Where she work? She working.
I'm just trying to make it 6 more years so
She
I
wo-
can
she
retire with full
working-
medical benefits. The rest
She
of
work in the office and over there.
the rest doesn't
See,
matter.
they come up. These young people y'all come up different from me.
Yeah.
But you're doing good. If you look around you, you'll know how blessed you are.
That's right.
'Cause you have some that don't have anything at
Yeah.
all.
I know a fella quit, come retired, Charter Reed, and draw $48,000. That's what he got when he quit. $48,000.
Yeah, I bet he don't have 2 cents today.
Huh?
I bet he don't have a dime today.
Charter Reed. Oh, he
Probably
went
did.
buying more land. What in the world he went
Well,
with?
that's a good idea. Now you can't go wrong there.
There's
Buying
nothing
property,
but a holler where he got it.
still property.
What the? Nanny, I got too much land to be 5 acres. Tax I calls her nanny, her name Thelma, we calls her nanny. Thelma and the tax eat you up now.
Yeah, but property's still good to have. Don't knock.
Yeah, he drove $48,000.
Did you have children?
Who?
You.
No. Good raise this girl here. My wife did. She seemed to be time we take sick or want anything, she'd quit her job and come see us.
I've been here since I was 11 months old, 'cause when my sister that's under me was born, my mom was sick, and they was going to help her with this baby until my mom got better. I guess my mom never got better, 'cause I never went back.
One.
I have
No.
3 brothers and 2 sisters, and I have 2 sisters that are dead.
And all of them good. Good job. Good learning, too. Went through school and everything.
And my son was here also, but he's in Michigan now. He's 30 years old.
And what he done? He got a good
He's an engineer. He has a good job.
He got a good job. Young people, they better get education if they want to live now. What do you do?
I work with Mr. Stoney. I research. I go to archives like that, and I find those papers. And
And she worry people on their jobs.
you said I worry people on their job.
Yeah, I was just
What do you
kidding.
do?
Because you were calling me, and I just
That's
said,
you,
"That's
yeah.
just a joke."
Union man.
And
Okay. I just want to walk around the house with Mr. Wallace just to look at it. Yeah?
no,
I'd like,
you quit calling me Mr.
Because we could use it. Is that okay, George?
okay, you just look over towards this way.
So, Mr. Graham, what'd you think of those people when they were organizing into a union?
See what I think of.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard for me to say to answer that question. I don't believe in a reunion myself.
I said union. You know, in 1933, when the workers started organizing into a union at the Eagle.
Oh,
What'd you think about that?
I don't think I can answer that question. I don't think I can answer that question.
How come?
Do you remember the union?
But we,
Yeah.
when we had a little strike.
Why did they want the union?
Oh, they wanted to, I reckon they want that union. We wasn't treating them right, was what I thought.
And did you agree with that? That they did not treat you right?
Well, I've been treated right, I think, all my life.
No, you're not, because you quit working there because they wouldn't give you a nickel, so that's not fair treatment, so don't say that. Now, why did you agree with the fact that you needed a union?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
So why didn't he join?
Why didn't you join?
See, why not John?
Uh-huh.
I didn't join.
You remember why you didn't join?
Well, the reason I didn't join it, I didn't think they went in it right. They wanted to strike right. They didn't have stuff too quick. They wanted to didn't go long enough to have enough money in the treasury to stop work. You have to stop it. We had that. They had that reunion, I reckon. I don't know how long it was, and then they could shut the mill down. But I didn't believe in that. Didn't have enough in the treasury to do it.
So your thought was that if the mill's not open and if they strike, you won't have a job, and that's why you didn't agree to join, because you didn't want to go on strike.
That's right.
You wanted to continue work.
That's right.
He told us that quite.
Yeah.
Brace
Now-
yourself. It's a very modern movie.
Now, you had said when we showed you the paper that
The
Trump
Bruce
was on,
signs in 34.
right, and you said that you don't know if you'd sign something like that today.
She was holding
No,
a paper.
I didn't. You know, I didn't say I would sign. Well, right now, you know, unless it was an office union, I couldn't sign anyway. But I said even today, people are skeptical because even when they were having a strike at Mount Holly, they would stand at the gate outside the gate at the Freightliner in Gastonia and hand out the papers. I took the paper because I wanted to know what was going on. You would just take the papers, but I'm saying even today you would be skeptical too, and not for some of the same reasons, but not for all of the reasons it was then, because you know it's not like it was then, but simply because today the people from the unions and the people from they'll kill you. I mean, you know, like they don't care if you try to break their lines or if you try to get to work, because they had a few scuffles at the Mount Holly plant of the people that the office people that were working and the ones that were on strike. They didn't want them to come to work. So, you know, like for different reasons, you might not sign a paper like that. And to sign one, you know, as he did in 1934, being black, and he's only maybe 5 or 6 in the entire mill, that took guts.
Well, we've had a couple of people tell us that a lot of the animosity towards Freightliner was they were paying people too much.
Paying too much. Since when can you pay anybody too much today? Paying them too much as in what?
Compared with what they pay at Firestone and what they pay at any of the mills.
Oh, but Firestone doesn't know what I'm doing, so he can't decide whether they pay me too much. Have you seen an 18-wheeler roll down the highway? You know, it's a monstrosity, and it just doesn't bill itself, and I can't see how we were being paid too much, but that was what the people in the other places were saying. Well, it's the same thing now, because if you go in any place right now and they ask you where you work, if you say Freightliner, they'll charge you more. Just one of our little, we just say that, I mean, but it really seems like it does. But if you ask me, they don't pay me enough.
Because we've had one gentleman who used to be a merchant at a grocery store said that he started losing business when people started being paid by check instead of in cash. Because some people were embarrassed for people to see how much they're making.
Because it was too much or
They
too
used to
little.
pay you off in hard cash.
Right.
And then they started paying you off every 2 weeks in a check.
Right.
And he said people go to the chain store and cash their check there because they didn't know anybody.
Uh-huh.
So the people in the mill village or around them said, you're only making that much. So what you were saying about Freightliner with, they see your paycheck, you're going,
That's just and there is a difference in the textiles, you know, and in the other industries, because all of them have come to the South. You know, they were all there now; they've all come to the South, and so in order for any of them to be competitive, because I think Freightliner has caused some places to raise their pays because of it, but and some things things will always be the same. You won't change it, I don't care.
Okay, Judy, I think we want to walk around the house.
Okay.
I'm going to
Go this way, miss. I'm going to get on this side, Mr. Graham. Okay.
take these dang old dirt overhaul.
As you walk, you can just tell him, you're not on tape, just tell him about the
What?
tornado.
Okay, yeah. What happened when the tornado hit this place?
You would not believe, I cried
Huh.
when I came, you would not.
Well, you take out. I know nothing about tornadoes this morning.
The Lord is good. They were in that house, it was a tree
Yeah.
on top of the house right
Huh.
there. And it just mist falling on the whole thing.
Wow.
You couldn't even see up here that day. When I came up here, I could not. And this is the only place, like it is. All those woods out there, I mean, you see the trees,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
they are,
yeah.
That's not Hugo. This is before
Huh.
the
Big
hurricane. Hugo was nothing compared to this. It was a tornado that came through a path just like that.
Huh.
And just uprooted all the
Yeah,
trees.
yeah.
And one fell on the house, and it was trees everywhere. I could not believe.
Let's go that way. Oh, you've got a nice place here.
Thank
Is that your garden out here?
Oh, that's the cone there.
Yeah.
That garden was down there on
And your dog?
the. Hey, boy. Hey. Hey, come on. You got a tick on you. Got a tick on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a tick on your head.
Come on, let's see. Okay, let's go on up on the porch then.
Tick on your head.
Okay. Oh, a nice solid house. What do you think this house is worth now?
I don't know. What do you think it was?
I don't know.
Ask them. It's will to her.
I have no earthly idea.
Oh, the price of things now is just hard to say.
Some
It's
of
ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah.
Here, Capricious, your chair. You want to sit out that chair?
Huh?
Sit over there. Sit right here.
Get off there, Rodney. Get off. Back to
Get off the porch. Get on down there.
back to love this porch. You love it, don't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Stay down. Don't come up here. Stay.
How old is that dog?
I talked about.
Might be he's not no more than 2 or 3 years.
Huh?
He's not that old.
What?
Barracuda, that dog.
He was born when the last snow we had. When, you know when
Get
they
off the
had no.
porch.
Get off. He's about 5 years old.
Yes.
That other dog ain't. He's just 2 years old.
Oh, I was
Uh-huh.
thinking about that one over
Yeah.
there. Okay.
That was born when the baby and half and they're brothers and sisters, the same mammy.
Uh-huh. So they're home raised.
Yeah, both of them I raised
Get
them.
off.
for-
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
Lord, he loves this porch, man. You ought to see Steph run him off and just drive him back on it. He loves this porch. Lady, hey,
Okay. Okay, I think we got that, Jamie.
we're gonna sit down here.
Jamie, can you hear me? Let me know when you have everything you need, Jamie. You go to which church? Well, a lot of them are kind of coming out now, you see, these deer, and it's kind of crazy. You're going to drive to the store?
Mm-hmm. I drive the grocery store.
Okay. What I'm going to ask is that